Have you ever had your heart set on something expensive that you really want? Whether it's a new car, a down payment on a house, or even a once-in-a-lifetime trip. And then you realize that in order to afford it, you need to save up a ton of money, which means making sacrifices and cutting back on things that you enjoy. And then, because of all this stress, you start feeling resentful of having to save, and you almost sabotage yourself by impulsively buying something that you don't need or not saving as much as you should have. Well, today I am going to share with you how to overcome this problem so you can reach your big savings goals without the stress. So let's get started. Step no. 1. Define your goal. The first step is to get clear on what you want and by when. If you're like most people, you probably already have an idea of what you want to buy or do. But if you're struggling to figure out what you really want, here's a simple way to decide. Think about the things that you would like to buy or do and list them out. Then next to each one, write down how much it costs. Finally, rank them in order of importance. After doing this exercise, you may find that there are a few things that stand out as being more important than others. Once you've identified these top priorities, take some time to really think about them and consider which one is the best fit for you right now. This might involve thinking about your values, your lifestyle, and your long-term goals. For example, if you're torn between buying a new car and taking a vacation, you might choose the vacation if you value experiences over material possessions, or you might choose the new car if you need it for work, or if you live in a rural area where you need a reliable vehicle to get around. Step no. To determine how much you need to save. Now that you know what you want, it's time to figure out how much you need to save. If it's something you want to buy, like a new car or a TV, look up the current price online or check with your local store. If it's an experience you want to have, like a vacation or a concert, look up the cost online or contact a travel agent. Be sure to factor in any additional expenses that you might incur while you're pursuing your goal. For example, if you're saving for a vacation, be sure to factor in the cost of food, gas, and souvenirs. By getting a clear understanding of how much you need to save, you'll be able to develop a realistic plan to reach your goal without feeling overwhelmed. Step no. 3. Automate your savings. Once you've determined how much you need to save and by when, it's time to start putting a plan into action. And the best way to do this is to automate your savings. There are a few different ways to go about doing this. If you're employed, you can set up direct deposit so that a portion of your paycheck is automatically deposited into a savings account. You can also use an automatic transfer to move money from your checking account to your savings account on a regular basis. If you're self-employed, you can set up a separate bank account for your savings, and then schedule automatic transfers from your main bank account to your savings account. By automating your savings, you'll be able to reach your goal without having to think about it too much. And since the money will be automatically transferred out of your checking account before you have a chance to spend it, you won't be tempted to spend your savings on things that you don't need. Step No. 4. Cut back on unnecessary expenses. In addition to automating your savings, you can also cut back on unnecessary expenses to reach your goal faster. Take a look at your spending habits and identify areas where you can cut back. This might mean eating out less, canceling unused subscriptions, or finding cheaper alternatives to your current expenses. By reducing your spending in these areas, you'll free up more money to put towards your savings goal. And there you have it. By following these steps, you'll be able to save for the things that you want without the stress of having to make sacrifices or feel deprived. Remember, it's all about setting clear goals, automating your savings, and cutting back on unnecessary expenses. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy saving.